Welcome back to SnapExcel. Let's talk about index and match on this video. Apart from VLOOKUP, index match is the most widely used formula in Excel for performing lookups. It is an advanced formula that combines two functions in one formula. Some people really avoid index match because it's confusing, but it is actually not, and I will show you why. So to understand how index match works, I'm gonna give you visuals on how it performs its task. So this is for the example. So this is from the previous information that I got from our exercise, right? So index match is actually returns the data based on your column and row reference. So it's like getting the cell value of the two intersecting points. For example, on this table, what you would like to show is the name Daniel. So when you perform index match, what it will actually do is intersect the data like this from your column and then your row like this. So this function is very useful, but you have to combine two functions, the match and the index. So we're gonna break it down, but let's first understand how the match works. So the match formula, it returns the relative position of an item in your array that matches the specified value in your in your specified order, right? Its syntax is your match, the lookup value, lookup array, and then the match type. Lookup value is the value to search for. Your lookup array is the range or the area in your spreadsheet. Your match type should be, you have actually three options. You have exact, greater than, and less than. Like the VLOOKUP, it also uh, generates error when the lookup value is not available in your table array. So that's the description of the match. So let's go ahead and use example so you can further understand how the match works. So as mentioned, the match is returning the reference row of your data or your reference point. All right, so in this example we're gonna use match on a vertical reference so we can get the row reference, and our lookup value will be 20123458. So to type in, just use equal sign and then the match function, and then our lookup value will be D6, and then our lookup array will be this, and we're gonna use the exact match because we're looking for the specific number there. So as you notice that it didn't really give you the cell value, but rather it gave you the reference. So we got 8 on this match formula that we entered. So 20123458 is on the 8th row from our table, and our table is this. So It's 8 because Excel counted how many rows. The 2012345 is from the top. So this is the employee 2012345, and from the top most of your table, it's on the 8th row, and that is why it gave you this 8 value. So for example, let's use a different lookup value. So 20123462 is on the 12th row here. It's not giving you the value of the cell, but it's giving you the reference. So that's how you use lookup on your vertical reference. Let's have another example, but this time will be on horizontal reference, so we can get the column reference. So same, we're gonna use match. Our lookup value is D6, which is the country, and then our lookup array is from here to here. That's A13 to H13, and we're looking for the exact match. So again, it didn't give you the value of the cell, but gave you the reference. So on this case, what we're looking for is the country, and Excel searched for that in your table, and it found it on the 8th row, 8th column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's try to see if it will change. Let's try last name. So there you go. Since we changed the lookup value to last name, it gave us the row reference of 4, because from your table it's on the 4th column. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you notice that the match works on a vertical and horizontal references, so because it doesn't really give you the cell number, it's just giving you the reference, whether it's a row or a column. So you use the same formula for both. All right, so that's how we do match on the horizontal reference. Now let's talk about the index. So the index formula returns a value or the reference of the cell at the intersection of the particular row and column. As I have shown earlier, it returns you the data from the 2 intersecting points of your x and y axis, which is your column and your rows. All right. So its syntax is the function index reference, comma, row number, comma, column number, comma, area number. So the reference is your table array, and your row number is your reference row number, and your column number is your reference column number. The area though, this is actually optional, same as column, but we're gonna use 2 points, so we're gonna use the column. So usual error is when the lookup value is not available in your array. So let's dive in and have some examples. So we're gonna use index match, and we're gonna find who is the employee 20123459. So to start off, we're gonna use equal sign and then index, and oops, our reference. So here we're gonna use that. Your reference will be different here. So this is what will be your table reference. Note that I didn't selected the whole table because we're gonna reserve the column and the row for the function of the match. Okay, so let's try to look up for a manual formula so you will understand how it really works. So our row number, the 3459, is on 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, ninth row. So we're gonna use comma. In your column, we're looking for the first name, so it's on the first column of your selected table. And then we're gonna close that, hit enter. So it gave you Thomas, right? So because on our index we have this table, and we type in 9 as our row reference. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 here, and then 1 for your first name. So that's why it returned the value Thomas. Let's go ahead and try to use last name. So in this case, the last name sits on the second row. So we're gonna use the same formula but changing this row reference to 2. So we have Thomas Lopez. All right, but the formula that we did is actually doing it manual when we use the index match, but we will gonna combine the match to complete to automatically assign what will be the row reference and column reference. All right, and to do that, let me first delete this. Let me first check that. Let's delete this as well. So to start with index match, so just type in index, and our reference, again, it's not selecting the whole table because we are reserving the first column and first row for the match function. Now our row number is already highlighted, so this is the a requirement to complete the formula. So we're gonna type in the match. All right, so a lookup value, since we are looking for employee number here, so 3459, and our lookup array will be this. And we're looking for the exact match. Let's close that. So we're done with our row reference. Gonna save use comma. So now it will require us to put the column number. Now we're gonna use the second match. Oops, match. Our lookup value, since we are looking for this a row, and our lookup value will be the first name, and our lookup array will be this, and we're gonna use exact match. Close that, but we have to enter another closing parenthesis, and hit enter. There you go. So we have Thomas, employee number 3459 here, Thomas, and first name on the first column, right? Earlier we typed in manual, but we don't need to do that because it's really challenging for you when you manually type it in. So you can use match to again automatically assign the row and column reference. Let's go ahead and complete uh, index array row number. We're gonna use match. Okay, exact match, closing, and another match for the column, last name, lookup array, exact match. There you go. And just moving on, index and row number, match. Oops, here. Oops, sorry. Should be okay. And column number, use match. Lookup value will be age from this. All right. So there we've completed the information. So the employee 20123459 is Thomas Lopez. First name Thomas, last name Lopez, with the age 30. So 3459, it gave us this information. All right. Again, it used your table array, and then we use match to identify and automatically assign the row reference, and another match to assign the column, or column reference. All right, let's try to change it manually. Let's do that. So we changed the lookup value to 0123455. It gave us William Gonzalez, age 29. All right, we're able to do that using VLOOKUP, right? We use a lookup and then your column references, and you manually type in the row reference, right? But the advantage of using the index match is actually greater than the VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, because it will automatically assign the references, right? So let's try to change. For example, on your spreadsheet, you are constantly changing the raw data. It changes the position of the headers here, right? So when you use a VLOOKUP, you will have inaccuracy of your data because the reference row has changed. But when you actually use index match, since the match is returning you the row reference or column reference, it will, even if you change the headers of your even if you change the position of your headers, it will still give you the same result, right? So let's try to change that. Wait, let me copy this data. It's actually the same data, but I just use a different positioning. So we have the first row will be age, second row is second column rather, last name, and first name is on the third. So let's go. So when we use index match, it should not matter, because the lookup value is still present here on your headers. So if we were gonna change that, and let's delete this. See, it really didn't change it. Same output, because it still found your information, your lookup value, to the row and the column reference, and reason why you're still getting the same result. Unlike on VLOOKUP, when you change something, for example, this was your first name, right? and when you change your data to age, then it will give you the age number instead of the first name. All right, so that's the advantage of the index match. Again, a lot of people is really not using index and match because how complex it is compared to the VLOOKUP, but it's actually more useful when you have when you change your data and headers regularly, right? So I hope that the video is helpful to you to understand how index match works. So please stay tuned for upcoming videos that will be uploaded on our channel. So if you have some queries, you can send an email to us. You can send your comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.